We would begin with a CNBC exclusive. A black swan is an event outside the realm of regular expectations. No other person personifies the concept like Nassim Taleb. He has not appeared on CNBC since 2010, but is breaking his silence today to discuss what he fears will be a black swan event for the U.S. economy. Nassim, good to see you back.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me after all these months.
We make it sound like you've crawled into a hole. Clearly, you've been writing, you've been speaking.
Mostly finishing my new work. But you know, I came out of this. I watched the election and realized that there's something wrong that's going on. Only one candidate, Ron Paul, seems to have grasped the issues and is offering the right remedies, okay, for the central problems we are facing. So I came out to just support. I'm not involved in politics. I'm a risk-based person. But from my risk-based vantage point, I think one candidate represents the right policies, at least when it comes to the big four. And that candidate is Ron Paul. Now, what are the big four? The first one is deficits. Of course, metastatic governments, self-feeding bureaucracies. Yep. Second one is the Fed. I mean, he's going after the Fed. Sure. And he's the only one with the guts to do it. The third one is militarism. Okay, I like defense, but not, because it's become self-feeding again. And the fourth one is that notion that America, all right, the central notion. America is about resilience. It's about, and you don't achieve that through bailouts. You need the economy to stay vital, and you need a certain rate of failure. And what is fragile should break early, not too late. And he represents these ideas. So this is why I came out of my hiding to just express my support, and there's going to be a fundraiser with some friends. But this is the idea. Although I'm not a libertarian, and I'm not coming from a political standpoint, right, but from a risk-based view of the world.
Actually, we have a soundbite of a recent interview or conversation with Ron Paul, I think, in which he sums up the kinds of points you're making. Let's take a quick listen to this. Here's Ron Paul.
If you continue to do exactly what we're doing now, it crashes the economy. We're not there yet, but it will come. Last month, a $200 billion deficit in 1 month, that used to be the entire budget of our country. And that is unsustainable. And eventually there'll be a loss of confidence in the dollar, because that's the last thing that's holding us together. And to me, it's an illusion that the dollar can bail out the world.
It's an illusion that the dollar can bail out the world. His words on Squawk Box this morning. So your opinion is he's addressing structural problems that no one else is.
He's doing the chemotherapy. He can come up with a plan to cure the fundamental issues rather than spending time on all these peripheral matters. And also, he's against the notion of Novocaine, giving Novocaine when you have a severe problem. You do a root canal. Okay, that's how you cure a problem. 4 years into this situation, we have now swelling government deficits coming from an ill, structured cure to the private problem. Yeah. Okay, that's not even moral.
You mentioned you put it in the framework of chemotherapy. Chemotherapy may kill the cancer, but it will make you very sick, right? You lose your hair.
It may make you sick, but that's the only choice you have. You have to start with government budget that is in control, okay? You start with that. It's an unconditional. You don't gamble with future generations' money, and you don't gamble with hyperinflation. You want the government first, like what we're doing to the Greeks. We're doing it to the Greeks. I mean, we should do it to ourselves. You start with that. That's 90% of the problem. And then the Fed, yes.
What side effects are you willing to live with as a result of those actions?
We want jobs. We want a healthy economy. I want to live in a country. I immigrated here. I didn't go to the Soviet Union, all right, when I came here 30 some years ago. I came here, all right. I want to live in a country that I'm elected to immigrate into. right? So and that's something that has this energy to rebuild things, the Promethean thing, and this is gone, okay, from the discourse. We have now metastatic government, a large government, civil servants having higher standards of living from other people, shielded from all the problems of the rest of the population. This is not the way you will have the competitiveness in the future that we had in the past, okay? And you need to do something drastic about it. So in the long run, you want jobs, you want safety. It's like someone doesn't gamble, okay, to feed his family. You don't gamble, all right, to feed your family because you know losses are going to hurt them more than what benefits you may have gambling.
Right.
So long term, we want jobs, we want stability, we want a vital economy.
But short term, you're willing to live with higher unemployment.
But the problem of 4 years, short term, what's going to be? We're going to spend 40 years for their money? You see, at some point you got to do something. All right? They're not.
You mean by addressing the structural problems?
They're not addressing the structural problems. Novocaine after Novocaine.
You've watched Congress try, right? I mean, they've tried to have conversations about fiscal discipline.
The whole thing is rotten. Number one, the advisors around Obama, okay, you know, they're the ones who were part of the problem, okay? The advisors, they're friends with the bankers, okay? The Republicans don't seem to be addressing the problem, and I don't trust them with deficits. The other Republicans, I don't trust them with deficits. I look what we've had under Republican administration, including George Bush. Okay, so Ron Paul is the one, I think, who's at least rallying intellectuals like me, who normally are completely independent, okay, who want the main problems to be addressed and who want a major cleanup.
Right. What kind of chances do you give him?
I don't think in terms of chances.
You don't expect him to get the nomination?
I'm not going to go. I don't care. I'm supporting him regardless of the chances. Whether he has 1% or 99%, I'm supporting him because we have no other solution but to come out of my library to come support him. I have no other solution. As my duty as a citizen, as a person who lives here, and as a taxpayer who doesn't want to be hoodwinked, right? In the long run by bureaucrats.
What kind of solutions, before we let you go, do you think, being a realist and knowing how this country works, how the world works,
yes,
what is feasible, either now or after the election?
Well, I think that the support he's getting among the youth who normally would have voted Obama, okay, you're starting to see he has staying power and he's there. And the support he's getting on the left, people who voted Obama because they were idealistic, and they are idealistic. People who are on a Republican side and are disgusted with the other candidates' a lack of clear policy and willingness to take the personal risks to solve the problem. I think that there is a big chance that we'll have a major movement in this country, an independent party in the middle that would come up with a platform and address these issues.
And before we let you go, if you were still trading at Empirica, would you still be betting, despite everything you're arguing, that the market will go higher or lower?
But I mean, I own stocks why? Because I don't trust treasury bonds. So I happen to own stocks. I'd rather have a dividend than a coupon. Okay, so I own stocks. Okay, do I own them by choice? I don't know. I just own them as a fund management principle. But
stocks are benefiting from Fed moves, even though you may say they're misguided.
Well, I am afraid of hyperinflation, not of inflation, hyperinflation. So I have no choice but to own stocks. Stocks and some real estate. That's what I own.
Just to stay afloat of
just
inflation.
To preserve my staying power, my financial situation.
And that'll be your path. That'll be your instrument.
I also own some euros because, in spite of the bad press, they know the problems in Europe, and here we're not aware of it. So I own as hedge some euros.
When's your book coming out?
My book September, October, November. I don't know, before or after the election. When it's done. It's actually on systems that like disorder and how to build a system. A robust system is a system that not just can sustain shocks, but one that improves after every shock. And this is why I don't like bailouts. I want the system today has degraded after the crisis. Normally, a system should gain after a crisis because we've got to have some cleanup. Just like the forest, every small fire. We haven't had that. So this is my theme now.
You'll come back?
If you invite me, I'm here.
Very nice. Nassim, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Good to see you, Nassim.
Thank you very much. Thanks.